Welcome back. This is Jack. Hey, this is Jack. I'm just ordering my MIDI cables real quick before I started. How's it going? Today's gonna be a not weird one, but I don't have a lot of time left to prep for. Well, I say I don't have a lot of time. It's Wednesday, but it's Wednesday. I play live on Saturday, and it's gonna be a little different than I was hoping. I'm gonna have to play just as a solo act. And I'm like halfway through the process of transitioning from like doing a couple of things solo by myself at open mic nights to now having the full band set up, which is, I mean, it's just me and Mark, but been in the transition of moving everything over to what's the application, Stage Tracks 4, and then building everything into Stage Tracks 4, so that's all good to go. But then I'm having to kind of rebuild my guitar tones, and then now that I've kind of decided that this is going to be the main guitar, trying to get those guitar tones to sound right with this guitar, because a lot of the normal stuff I would have done before doesn't sound quite right, and it can sound good if I actually tailor it for this specifically. Now obviously this is just an acoustic. You can see my tape in here. I'm going to pull off here in a second. There's a pickup I'm going to throw in here if you haven't seen it before, and I'm able to get a good enough electric sound, and I've just got good enough playing live with this guitar to feel comfortable enough with it. The other thing I need to accomplish today, hopefully, I don't know if it'll be in this live stream or not, is we've done all these Musiversal sessions. I need to actually go through all the tracks that I've gotten, at least the string tracks and then the keyboard tracks I got last night, and add that into the one song. So at least for that song, we'll have those backtracks live, which should sound really nice. And luckily, it's the first song, so I'll start off with that song, and you'll hear this like actually cello and violin stuff like right off the bat, which would be really cool, I think. But for now, I want to get into this. Two things there's a couple things I need to do. Let me pull up my session here. So I am going to look at the neural amp modelers. I've been watching the videos on the neural amp modelers, the new A2 stuff. I've never actually tried these. I've just heard a lot of really great things about it. So that's one part of today, hopefully. Then I'm going to be going through my, we'll go track by track and basically picking out my guitar tones. Like what was my guitar setup for the journey home, for instance, and basically replicating, okay, cool, I'm using the brown face here, it looks like, through an orange. I don't know if this is that tone, though. I think actually it's this part here I need to replicate, which was not the orange. I want to say, okay, so right there I'm using the Vox through the Boutique British, and then this one I think is the high watt. Yes, this is the high watt, and it's just a cranked high watt, which is crazy, which means I probably cranked the input gain on the signal. So that's the other thing I got to figure out is like in places where I cranked the input gain a little more than I would have, how can I replicate that live? Because the way that this setup is pretty weird. I say weird, but it's not weird. The guitar is going to go right into an XR18 USB to Mainstage, where Stage Tracks is also housed, and then USB back out to the XR18, where that's where I'm bringing the signal back in. So I'm not actually using the guitar direct through the XR18. It's actually USB to the computer, and then USB from the computer back to the XR18, and pulling the USB signal back in, which allows me to do a lot of stuff. Like for instance, I can turn my guitar into a stereo guitar, and I'll show all that here in a second. Let me pull up my Mainstage page that I'm on currently, and then I also want to get my XR18. Oh, you can hear it already. I want to get my XR18 on my local network so we can look at my XR18 configuration. And then another big part of this is going to be, I want to be able to change the Mainstage stuff without having to touch anything, so I'm going to use Stage Tracks to make those changes. Stage Tracks will be kind of like my, what do you call it? It'll be my MIDI pedal. So I don't have to make those changes live, but I think it's going to have to talk to both. It's going to have to talk to both my XR18 and Mainstage, basically. So here's the beginning of my Mainstage board. It's very, very simple right now. It'll probably stay that way, that's the hope. I can't decide if I'm going to do vocals to this or not right yet, and then while I'm at it. So here's my Stage Track setup, and then let's pull up also my XR edit page. There we go. Transfer the parameters. Awesome. Cool. So there's XR edit, there's Stage Tracks, there's Mainstage, and then there's Logic. Let's go full screen with this as well. And then we'll stick all these next to each other. X-Air can be at the very end, stage tracks. Cool. Okay, that's looking better. I like this. Okay, so first things first, let's get my pickup in here. I think I probably should have started with that. Let me mute. You can see Mainstage is, what's happening right now is you can see Mainstage is just, there's a cable plugged in, and it goes directly into my XR18. So if you look at my XR18, the way that this works right now anyway is my electric guitar send goes into input number 2 here. Can you see that? Oh wow, you can barely see that. That's unfortunate. How do I fix that? First of all, can we resize this to... Maybe we won't go full screen on X-Air. Oh wow, I didn't realize my video was that cropped. Well anyway, so you can see here my vocals go into the channel 1. If I go to the channel page, you can see, or sorry, the input page, you can see I'm on the input 1. Then my guitar raw, the electric side of my guitar, comes into this channel. It stays down like this. We never bring it up in house. In fact, it's not even routed, I think, to the stereo left-right output. But this is where I can adjust that input gain. So if I was going with my, like, if I was going to switch over to my Les Paul because I broke a string or something like that, I would also need to come over here and change my analog input gain. So probably what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to have like a different null track like this. That'll be for my Les Paul. That'll have an input gain set differently because those pickups are a lot hotter versus the pickup that we're going to put in this guitar, which is just this little lace sensor pickup. It's a little tiny thing that goes underneath the strings, and you just tape it in there basically. I think the output on this, they say, is like 3K. Yeah, I think it was like a 3K output, 3K ohm output, whereas like the Les Paul is like a 6.5 to 8 maybe. Oh, my Les Paul's pretty hot, so it's probably a little hotter than that. It's probably in the 8 range. So setting the input gain, I can kind of get them a little bit closer, and then also like I might EQ it a little bit. I don't think I'm going to EQ it in here, though. I think I can EQ it in Mainstage. It'd probably be smarter to EQ it in here if I'm going to switch guitars, potentially. That way the EQ is... just because this pickup can sound a little thin because of how close it is to the strings, I think. But, oh, I'm not showing this. Anyway, so it goes into that guitar raw. Then it gets... and then it gets sent directly to Mainstage. So if I go back to Mainstage, you can see my input here is input 2, and that's directly from the XR18. So this is listening to the XR18, basically. So you can see all my 18 possible sources there. And then this routes out of channels 13 and 14, and that's because Stage Tracks is using some of the more high-end, more upper channels. So I go out 13, 14, and then you can see, give me a second. I'll pull this back over here, would probably make sense. You can see here, if I go to guitar left, right, you can see I'm not using the mic line, I'm using the USB source, and that's 13 and 14. So that's how that signal's come back in. So if I hit the thing there, and you can see the delay. I mean, there's definitely a little bit of delay. I don't notice it though. I think I'm so used to recording directly into Logic and having a signal go through Logic and then back to my headphones that the delay doesn't bother me. I don't notice the delay at all. Maybe some other people do, but it's never been a problem for me. So you'd think that like going, you know, hardware cable into the thing, USB out, and then USB back, you might notice it, but I don't notice it. And so this has been working for me. So anyway, that's how the signal gets routed. Now let's get in. Now let's fix my guitar. I'll mute this here so it's not so annoying. I got some T-Rex Extreme mounting tape, Extreme Hold All Weather, which is really important because I found that what I was using before, if it got cold or hot, it just would crap out and not work. Thick double-sided. So fingers crossed. And it's black, which is nice. You saw those little pieces I had on before were white and very show-upable. So I'm hoping the black will look a little cleaner. Yeah, this seems great. And it's much thinner than what I had before. So what do I want to try to do here? I might try and just go all the way across and just see what happens. It's kind of weird. It's like I only need it to be on the ends, really. Maybe we'll just focus on it in the ends. So if we did a strip like this, I should have brought some scissors in here to cut this easier. Do I have anything to cut with in here? I think my knife is in my pocket down here. Okay. I feel like I could actually probably cut this in half and then have both sides. Let's give that a shot. Cool. Maybe a little more. All right, cool. I got 2 pieces. Fingers crossed. Doesn't feel super sticky right off the bat. I would say that. Doesn't feel super sticky right away, but that's okay. The other thing too that's been, it's been easier to have the pickup right against the back of the bridge back there at the very bottom, but it's just way too spiky. I do like it further back like a regular humbucker, but it's just been way too spiky back there. So I'm hoping that this lets me place this a little higher up, letting me not have quite as spiky of a sound. Because I've been testing it in much higher positions. What I'd really love to do eventually is actually make a little contraption where the pickup can slide. So when I'm doing like solos and stuff, I could go to that bridge or the that neck pickup position idea, and just basically slide it up there. Instead of having a switch, you just slide the pickup up. I went to Menards to kind of look at some stuff last night to see what I could find, but couldn't really find anything that I felt like was quite right. All right, fingers crossed. I might have put this too close together. I also feel like this one's not the same position. Oh well, we'll give it a shot and see. I should have peeled it first, to be honest. Eventually what I'd love to do is actually just route one of these out, like route a bigger space. What I don't know is like how thick is this top layer of the guitar, you know? But I think ultimately, because I really do like playing this guitar, I mean, someone shout out to Yamaha. I'm a nobody, so that's dumb, but I would totally do an endorsement deal or whatever, where I just think this, I don't know, there's got to be other people out there who are doing a mix of like a lot of acoustic and electric, maybe not, but I love that I can go back and forth, just because on this album specifically, like the first song is half acoustic, half electric. The Existence is Flawed, it's half acoustic, half electric. Alpha or Reach for Eternity, same thing. So I've got 3 songs that are very heavily that, but I could see myself doing it a lot more. I really like doing. I don't know. That's been a cool thing for this album that I didn't anticipate. It wasn't intentional, and then I went back and when I started thinking about live, I was like, oh man, how am I going to do this? And I kind of thought like maybe I'd have a guitar on a stand and I'd go to it, but it was so much. It wasn't like it was one part, it was like all the time. Gosh, I don't know if this is going to work. It is not sticking to the guitar body very well to pull up the other pieces, or to pull up the stick, to pull up the other part. Like I can barely, like as I'm trying to pull off the sticky, the upper layer, I can't get it to stay on the guitar body barely. Okay. Jeez. Alright, well, not so sure about a T-Rex. There was a lot of options there. I liked this one because it was black. So fingers crossed. Granted, I probably was sticking it to the side that I was sticking to the desk to cut it, so it's probably already kind of messed up and whatever, but here we go, fingers crossed. Let's see if we can get this in here. All right. Cool. It's in there for now. I don't know if it's going to stay there forever, but it's in there for now. It seems like it's just thick enough and high enough that the guitar pickup can fit in there. But you can see how close it is to the strings. It's pretty weird. It's not great, but you know, that is what it is. There's a little tiny bit of a gap. I probably could have put the tape a little further out just because it does have like a hump to it. So the pickup is like a little bit, it's probably better that there's a little bit of a gap, but I probably could have got it a little lower to the body still if I really wanted to. But anyway, what I know is that I can't get the strings any closer to the fretboard on the high end, because then I really wouldn't be able to fit that in there. But eventually what I'd love is like, man, Yamaha, let's do something together. Let's do a version of this guitar. Let's update the IR capture in here, because I do feel like it'd be so nice if you could load other IRs. I think it's just a jumbo body or something like that, and man, it'd be so nice to actually, like, as IR capture technology gets better and better, like I've got some acoustic IRs I use sometimes in recording, and man, it'd be so nice to upload other IRs into this, and maybe even be able to switch the patches and stuff like that. Granted, I could probably just put it on the regular pickup and not do that, but there's sometimes I want to take this just by itself and not have to run it through like a bunch of other processing. But then also to have, like, let's route out, like again, I don't know, because you can see here, this is where the electronics of the guitar are at, so I don't know how far down you could go before you start hitting something under here. I don't know how thick this piece of wood is, but it'd be nice, because if you could go down just like a half an inch, maybe a quarter, even a quarter of an inch, that might be enough to get a humbucker pickup in there, or at least a thin humbucker pickup, or at least getting this thing down to like where the top of this meets the top of this. Just getting that down a little bit. I almost think I could just shave the top of this off flat in one spot and then just seat it in there a little better and tape it in there a little better, but that's a project for another day. I'll probably buy another one of these to do that with, rather than do it to this first one, because this is the first one I bought. I did get this one used for a very good price. I do think that these kind of get slept on because of how high the starting price is on them. I want to say they're like almost $800 new, which I probably would not have paid that. I think I got this for $428 used, which that is the way to go. Okay, so our pickup is here now. We are in. Let's see how that's sounding through Mainstage now. Sounds pretty good. Let's see what we got going on here. So I am running through that Vox style amp, and it's cranked. So you can see how low that. So it's cranked. I don't know if I've got any pedals going or not. I think the pedal board's on, but I don't think I have any. Yeah, I don't have any pedals on right now. So that's the one. No, it's one thing we could. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing this. That's the one thing I could do is I could turn some pedals on. Let me go back and show that amp again. So here's our amp model. I'm using the Vox. It's cranked. Mids are all the way up. I brought the treble and presence down a little bit because like yesterday when I was practicing with it, I think that pickup was in that lower position. It wasn't doing too well. But it sounds better now. I actually think I give it some of those highs back, to be honest. I think also, yeah, I went to the ribbon mic. I want to say this was actually on the dynamic, maybe it was on the condenser 87 originally. I brought it to the rhythm, which is a little bit warmer sounding, and then I took it off the center of the cone a little bit. So I think it was here originally, and I brought it over here, which helped with that tone a little bit. What else? So the input gain here is all the way up, which is probably how we'll keep it. And then so here's where I can make a big adjustment, right? So I go in here, and you can see right now it's at so this is the way this is working is I'm going a 1/4 inch cable directly into the XR12 combo jack. So this is just an XLR cable direct from the pickup right into the XR18 combo jack. And you can see my level here is, it's not great. If we were to bring this up to like 24, for instance, and if we compare it to that song's sound, so we're doing the journey home, and it's the heavier part for the journey home. So the question then is, can I compare that to, that's at plus 23 now. Let's bring it back down to 11. I don't have my Les Paul in here, but let me grab my Italia, and we'll see if with maybe the Italia do we get a little bit better of, or like what does the Italia's pickup do? The Italia is like a PAF style pickup. Give me just a second. Let me grab that guitar. Okay, so now I've got the Italia. Grab the cable. I think I plugged into the acoustic pickup, which can be a fun sound. Interesting. So it's definitely hotter. Let's get a reading on it, and let's just see where this ends up, because maybe that's the idea, is we just try to match, our regular electrics with the input volume. Just double checking. Been getting buzzed a little bit. Okay. All right. So if I do just a big E chord, it looks like I'm hitting about little. I can almost get up to 10. Yeah, I mean, if I hit it hard, get a 10. If I do a... And that's at plus 11 input gain, right? So I'm getting up to about 10. So let's see if I can get my acoustic with the pickup with the lace sensor in it up to that same level. I got cables all over the place down here right now. It's crazy. I'm about to do some soldering as well, because another thing I gotta do is I gotta build a switch to switch between my electric and my acoustic, and they don't make that. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't find anything, and maybe I'm just dumb. I mean, the only thing I could find that does it is, I guess you can do a stereo volume pedal. It's got 2 ins and 2 outs, and then it's made so you can swell between 2 different amps for one input. But if you plug in both ins and both outs, it'll actually, on the back, it's on like input 1 to output 1, and then input 2 to output 2 if you push down. So that would kind of do it, but I need the volume pedal to just be a volume pedal. I just want a switch that cuts between input 1 to amp 1 and input 2 to amp 2. So that way it's acoustic, and then it's the electric to the electric amp. I don't need one guitar. I don't need both guitars to go to the same input. They got to go to different inputs. So anyway, all right. So if I hit a chord here. So that's. I'm getting close to like 20, so it's like, yeah, it's like 10 decibels lower, and that's where, so 11, let's take this to 20, let's take it to 18 first. That's pretty close. And then 21. I think 21 is where I liked it. So 21's definitely a lot hotter than the PAF, but I bet you if I were to have my Les Paul's out in the garage, but I'll bet you that my Les Paul probably is hitting closer to like that sound. Cool. I think that's the move for me. Is basically we'll go 21 decibel there for this guitar. That feels about like what I feel like that should sound like. I guess we can try to listen to it, right? So if we listen to this track here, it's got a lot more hair on it. Well, no, it's just a noise gate, just the amp, and just an EQ. Let's look at that. So gain's all the way up, mids are all the way up. Treble and presence a little bit more. The master is all the way up. Do I have the master all the way up on this? I don't remember. Yeah, the master's all the way up. Output is set to negative 3.5. Output here is set to negative 3.5. Yeah, it's pretty much identical. So yeah, I think that's just my Les Paul cranking into it, and probably just, you know, a little bit hotter, to be honest. What I could try to do is, rather than going through a pedal board, let's just add a gain input. Specialized utility, yeah, gain. Utility gain, stereo. We'll add a +6 gain. It still doesn't quite have as much hair, but I think that might just be because this pickup's going to be a little bit smoother sounding. It's hard to say. Let me kill my microphone so I can just hear this. I don't hate it. Let me turn this back off. It definitely helps with giving me a little pushback. That pull off there, the it's a little hard on this without that gain on, without the gain. I think if I was using a pick, it'd be a little bit easier, but without the pick, it's and I'm trying not to play with the pick these days as much as I can. So that sounds pretty good like that, actually. So maybe we'll leave the gain on. We'll call this patch. This is going to be. This is the Journey Home. And the question is now, I don't think the Journey Home has a different tone. I think that's the nice thing. The Journey Home, enter. We'll bring this up 1. Cool, there's the Journey Home. We'll take this down to being 1. That sounds pretty good to me. And if we look in, just make sure we're not clipping anywhere. On these, it's interesting because on these you do have a USB trim. So for the USB coming back in, I've set it to -5. I've tried to kind of be somewhat consistent across all these. It looks like the tracks is actually set to -5.5, which is interesting. I need to take a look at that and see if that changed. The percussion comes in here. I gotta relabel some of this stuff, but if I play through stage tracks real quick, you'll see. Let's just try it because we can play along with the Journey Home real quick and see what happens. I don't think there's anything. Yeah. Let me just pull that back. This is my stage track setup, and let me just go out of full screen mode just because I do think that's going to mess things up a little bit with the way that we're seeing stuff. Cool. And I'll just make this bigger in here. my setup changed, so this is a little different, but cool. There we go. All right, so we're back at the beginning. Now, I don't have the acoustic plugged in right now, but we can see here the way this is coming in. I've got the click routed to here. That's 7 and 8.
Ready and go.
That has the cues in it as well. So kill that. This right here is the percussion tracks. So that's like the shakers and stuff. Anything alternate to drum, anything that are extra drums that Mark wouldn't play live, basically. Then that's the backtracks, and then the bass actually does come into this bass channel here, and that's so I can route it out to a bass amp if I wanted to. So on my outputs, the way I'm routing this is I use Ultranet. So Ultranet is nice because that allows me to use the P28s or P24s. So Mark and I both have a P24. And this is great because we can mess with these live. This is how we're both listening. Mine's on my mic stand, his is next to his drum set. And we're using the Clark Technic DN4816 USB one. It's basically a little box that converts, it can take USB in, but it also converts Ultranet to not stage tracks, to Stage Connect. To Stage Connect, and that's inside my little box back there. But with Stage Connect, I can output to the P24s, and the P24s just allow me to hear that mix better. But then what I'm listening to on the P24, and what's really nice for me to be able to hear, is the first two channels are. This is actually not correct right now. This whole first two channels should be 1 and 1. One of them should be input directly or analog, and then the second one should be not post fade but post EQ maybe. It's pre-fade, yeah, it's pre-fade. The idea here is that, I guess it could be input. I don't know if it needs to be analog or not, but the idea here is that when I come out, there's two ways we can go live. I can go with just the XR18 in my little box that I've got that has my Mac Mini and that little Clark Technic box I was telling you about. If I want, we could just go out of the aux output and main outputs, and this is actually wrong right now too. So it should be vocals, and then I think it's bus 5, 6, which is this is bus 5 and 6 is my effects bus for vocals, for my vocals, and then it should be the bass guitar, which I think is channel 4, or it should be the electric guitar stereo. I think it's electric guitar stereo, which would be 5 and 6 maybe. And then I think it's the bass of 4, or maybe it's acoustic actually. Acoustic is 3. And then we don't route the bass. That's the thing. I think the bass at that point gets, how did I do that? I think the bass gets routed in with the main output basically. And then I use the main outs for the stereo tracks basically, which is one of the USBs down here. I think it's it's USB 1 and 2. So USB 1 and yeah, the mains become USB 1 and 2 basically. But in this case, I need the mains to be here because I'm currently routing out of the mains to my interface to go to vMix right now for this live session. But anyway, so Ultranet's usually what I would do. So it'd be like vocals, and then 3 and 4 would not be 5 and 6. 3 and 4 would be bus 5 and 6, which is my vocals. So basically, on the P24, each one of these faders is actually a stereo fader. So this one is both of those vocals, and you can set it to a dual mono mode, and you can pan over to the one that you want. So in this case, we pan over to the one that has like the EQ and the effects on it. So that's what we're hearing. But then I can give house like the direct analog input. I still control the gain, but at least the house has much cleaner signal to do what they need to do with it. So they go from my 16 channel box. You can take 1 and 2, but on our thing, effectively 1 and 2 is basically that same vocal. Then this one here is basically the vocal effects, so all like the reverbs and delays, which is really nice to be able to like turn that up, turn that down, so you can sing a little more confidently. And then I think this one ends up being the guitar patches, which would be 5 and 6. God, this is all over the place. I got to fix this. I was testing stage tracks, and when I was testing stage tracks and doing MIDI outputs, I ran a MIDI output command that basically reset my XR18 everything. So I've been having to rebuild this since last night. But anyway, let's get back to guitar programming because that's what we're here to actually do. Let's play along the stage tracks again, and let's see if at that part this sounds right. So I do feel like this is low here, right? So let's bring this up to -5. Right, there we go. That's better. So that sounds really nice. I think the only thing that I have to make a decision on is whether or not I want to be stereo or not. So you can hear the other guitar track is in there. I have two options here. One option is, so if I take my journey home, I'm going to duplicate it. So I've got a second one here. I actually have a, or I guess I don't here. If I come down here to this patch, you can hear now I'm stereo. And what's happening here is we've got the main signal coming in twice, so input 2 and input 2. Can you see that? Yeah, you can kind of see that. Input 2 and input 2. Those get then routed. Let's see if I can kind of bring this over. Awesome, cool. Those then get routed both to aux 1. This one's panned left, this one's panned right, and then this second one has a sample delay on it. So with the sample delay, I can basically delay the entire signal coming in. And with that delay there, there's effectively a delay hitting. So if I turn that delay off, there's still a little bit of separation. But not quite. And I feel like I can tell that the -34 is... And you can see that that second, oh yeah, these are the volumes are different discrepancies and it's very different. But it still sounds like it's pretty centered. There's a little bit of separation, but if I turn that sample delay on, then you really get that stereo separation. So now I could really go. But then here I would do the. But then at that moment I would have it automatically switch to. But we would be over here. So now we're just on the one side. Now if we go back and listen to that part in stage tracks and play along with it, like how does that end up sounding? So I'm going to take this back. So that might be the better way to go. I really need to make a switch for this so I can turn that off faster. So that might be the way to go. Maybe just leave it there. It sounds like the panning's not quite right, but just because that backing track is already set up like that. Oh, the other thing I don't know is let's listen to the original track again and see how much reverb is actually on this, because I don't know if there's definitely a space designer happening, but I'm not sure if it's that much. So on the original track here, this left track, which was like this, and what's the panning on this? Looks like we're at negative, or what was this, negative 36? Okay, so we're about the same, negative 36, negative 35 for this particular song. Let's hear. So we're going through large and bright at negative 23. Okay, so maybe that reverb is a bit too much. So what we can do is turn the chroma reverb off, turn the space designer on. We're on the large and bright. We're negative. Okay, so I think I'd already set this patch up basically for that. The only thing I've done here is I've taken the channel EQ and I've shaved off a little bit of the high end. Let's see what that sounds like if I bring this back up. So this was at negative 4.1. So yeah, again, that was yesterday when the pickup was like all the way down here at the bottom and it was just way too, it had like a lot of brittleness. Now that we're in this position with that new tape we put on this morning, that's sounding way better. That's sounding way more like a regular, like humbucker sound. Negative 4.1 is what it was before. Let me turn this back up and let's go put it back to center. And now we're getting some of that hair back now with that gain input like that. I think the volume's gotta be about here. Let's try -3. Okay, cool. And there's the less reverb now. So then let's put this back to negative 35 and let's run it again with stage tracks and see how that's sounding now. So that's where we need the patch change to go to just the acoustic guitar. And that's where I haven't decided yet. Like in my head, I keep thinking like maybe I'll get the acoustic guitar through Mainstage so I can add more stuff to the acoustic guitar patch in Mainstage to really sweeten it a little bit. But right now the plan is basically to have the acoustic go straight in, direct, which it looks like I might have lost some of my stuff here as far as effects go. I probably lost all my vocal effects too now that I think about it. I didn't think about that. Maybe I did, maybe not. When I did that accidental change yesterday. Let's plug the acoustic in and just see where we're at. I'm just gonna go in wireless for now because that's what's here locally. I don't think I have another cable in here right now. We were running sound this past weekend and I haven't cleaned out the all that gear still in my car. Oh, I think my batteries are almost dead too on this acoustic, so who knows? This might be a bad test and might not last very long. But here we go. And then I think I gotta set this to input 4. So I'll mute this for a sec. Also, okay, so this is interesting. This is that sound right there. That actually is just the where should this probably be set? Let's go with negative 24 for now, or negative 25. That is just the piezo pickup. So right now I'm in the pickup mode where on the blend, there's a blend knob here, and you can blend between pickup and what they call mic, but that mic is just the IR capture. So that's just the and I do have a little bit of reverb on it and a tiny bit of treble added in the EQ section. But watch as I blend it. So here's halfway. Here's all the way. Sounds pretty good. Let's see if I can add some EQ. Let me add some highs. starting to sound a little bit hollow, I'm not gonna lie. And this is one of the things, let me add the pickup back in just a little bit. Once you have the full mix going, you don't notice it as much. Like if I take it back to the beginning. I will say this pickup placement is right where I pick. So this finger here is constantly just up against there. I have to adjust my positioning or come up here maybe.
But it's your choice if you like to. See if you like as it's all.
Switch it, right? Over to left it.
Step back into my body. Make the choice to come back. My eyes don't
So here's the question. Right now I'm using the reverb on the guitar, but let's add the reverb from here. Oh, it's so much better. Too much, but you get that wider field. The reverb directly out of here is just mono.
Warm embrace of light. Fear that grew inside me. A sense I've always felt is to receive the light's embrace, surrender of the sound.
So in this song, the next thing I have is guitar again, but it's not over here. We do need another patch for this. So we'll go to Journey Home 2 here. This is centered. I need a little bit of reverb. This will probably become a chroma reverb eventually. When we go with pedal board here, we'll add the high dive, and there's quite too much on that. There we go. So. Then it would have to switch back to. Oh, my panning didn't hold here. We gotta switch back again one more time.
My soul exiting my body. Spirit ascending to begin the journey home.
There you go. Let's look at these effects real quick. So I've got a hall reverb here. I've got a plate reverb here, very nice. I've got a modulation delay here, and a sub-octaver, which I probably don't need in here. Let's go back to effects 1. like that. Oh, sorry, I haven't been showing my screen. Cool, I like that. So, okay, I think that for the acoustic sound, maybe that's a little bit too much reverb, but I like it for now. What is this modulation delay gonna do? Oh, interesting. So now I'm getting too Lindsey Buckingham on you. It's crazy how much delay he just throws on stuff all the time. Cool, I like this. What else can we do instead of the sub-octaver? Do I have, what do you load? Do you load these? Do I go to my effects page? Let's go to my effects page. I haven't actually messed with this as much. Okay, right there, sub-octaver. Waved, oh man. Is this, oh yeah. I've heard stuff about this. Like I probably want to run my vocals through this thing, the wave designer. Okay, I like this so far. Let's stick with this. Let's go back to my solo tone. Let's look at what actually happens in the real song. For the guitar solo section, is that what this? That's probably what this is here. Yeah. Okay. Definitely sounds like my Les Paul. Okay, so we've got. Oh, it's the brown first of all. So let's maybe cut to that. That'd be nice. Gain at like 6/7. Bass mids are up 7/8. This is like my regular kind of setting that I normally use. Reverb's off, the tremolo's off. Presence at 6, master there, and then using the looks like we've got that right down the middle, the ribbon mic. Output to 0. Okay, and then for the pedal board, I bet you, okay, yeah, high drive on treble and the fuzz face. I am using the compressor, interesting. Okay, so compressor's at sustain and level, and delay is on. So we do have the delay on too. Here's what we could do, watch this. So, let me pull this down so you can actually see what I'm doing. Cool. So you can actually go here and I can save this. So I can save this as a channel preset. Save. I wonder if I already did, to be honest, because I have. Okay, that's drums. The Journey Home. Oh, right there. TJH lead. So I already did this, but basically you can do save channel strip settings as, and then you can basically make that be a saved thing. So then over in Mainstage, I can go to my Journey Home patch here, and then just change this straight up to be that presets. So we go to Journey Home, and then go to lead. And then we start turning that on in here. That's right. Cool. And then yeah, that's our setup. I think the only thing I would say is it'd be nice if I had a little more gain out of it. I don't want to compress this too much. Maybe we'll bring this up. just wonder if on the Les Paul sound here, am I using... Almost sounds like it might be a neck pickup or a mix of the neck and bridge. It's a lot fatter, right? Okay, here's something I haven't done, I think. Because I changed this new patch, but we had this other patch before, did I add EQ to this patch to do that mid bump? I guess it's in this, though. It's in my aux send. So when I go here, I should still have that mid bump. Yeah, it's still there. It's just not here. But what EQ do we have going on here that might be screwing stuff up? Oh, yeah, look at all this. I've got all this crazy EQ. Let's kill all this and see what happens there. I also want to kill the noise gates. But I do want to add a bit of a mid bump back to it, maybe at the beginning of the chain. So let's reset this EQ here. If I can't remember how to. Recall default. Thank you. Turn this on. So then the other thing that I think we need to do is actually turn on gain. Because that's kind of where we're at this point. We can go mono here. And then we basically bring this up to +6 to match that Les Paul, right? That's what we did on the other patch. Then we bring this volume up. Maybe 3 instead, or we'll just go +2. Save that. We'll call this Journey Home lead. If I can click on it, right? Lead. Okay, Journey Home. Number 2. Can you go down, please? 2. There we go. 2. So this is 1. This is 2. This will eventually be 3. Anyway, we'll mess with those other ones later. Let's see if these volumes work. We'll take the song back to those places where that happens. finally that would switch unmute and mute.
Spirit ascending to begin the journey home.
Nice. Okay, so that's a great start. I think the thing that I've got to figure out now is how am I going to switch all this? And the idea is hopefully to have stage tracks to that. So I think the first thing that I'd like to attempt is having stage tracks just switch my acoustic and my electric. Because if I can get that, then I can kind of make everything else happen. One of the pieces of the puzzle for the electric is I finally got a decent volume pedal. So realistically, if I've got any kind of amp in there, and that's all I have is just one amp, I can kind of do most of what I need to do with just the volume pedal. If I kind of put the gain at the right setting, I don't have the super high amount of gain, but I have enough to where I can go down to a cleanish sound. I can get most of what I need and just keep it centered. But I also need the backtracks to kind of change a little bit for that. And that's where, with the newer sets of backtracks, you can see here for the journey home, I set this up, if I go to the mixer page, I just have tracks, there's no guitar in here down below. Whereas later on, when I get to these other songs, I've just added everything as its own thing, which is really nice because then I can submix it and I can turn off what I want to turn off. And then I can basically, depending on what type of show I'm doing, I can change this on the fly. But anyway, so the first thing I'd like to do is, let's see if I can get it to change my Behringer patch. And I think I got to be very careful about how I do this. Do I have the thing pulled up still over here? Let's pull it up. So I'm going to type in Behringer XR18 MIDI settings. Awesome. This is all I really need. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use channel mutes, for now, at least. I've been thinking about whether I use the channel pans as well to do that kind of left and right balance thing. But for now, I think we're just going to use channel mutes. The other thing that I've thought about doing is for the acoustic, because like in the journey home, the acoustic part is a left and right acoustic part, and right now I'm just leaving it as a center mono track. Maybe down the road, I end up introducing the acoustic through Mainstage to do that left and right trick. But I don't think, let's just look real quick. In my X32, I could add a delay to a signal. Oh, give me 2 seconds. I think I need to check this. Okay. Still gotta do real life business stuff. Sometimes. Where was I at? What were we doing? What were we doing? I was about to check. We got our guitar tone. Oh yeah, we were gonna. Okay, so my next step basically is probably doing stage tracks, having stage tracks. I was looking up the muting settings for this here. Okay, this is what we were looking at. So what we've got to do, hypothetically, and I guess we can just do a real quick test, and then I'll probably end this stream for now, and then I'll come back in a little bit because I got to do some business stuff. But what this apparently is we want to use the channel mutes. We're going to be muting between which channels? Channels 3 and 5, 6. Channels 3 and 5, 6. So 3 is probably 2, and 5, 6 would be 4, 5, just because it starts at 0, because 0 is 1. And that's on channel 2, and that's CC values. So it's 0 and 127. So 0 must be on, and 127 must be muted, or something like that. That'd be my guess anyway. So, hypothetically, if we go back to stage tracks, and I go to my edit page, here's my lyrics. Can I put this down bold? Do I have to put it up top? Man, I don't know where I put this, to be honest. Can we do this a bunch of times and then do MIDI up here, maybe? So I can't listen for a MIDI event because I'm not listening for anything. That's one thing I want to change too, is I need to get a foot switch hooked up so I can actually do these. But anyway, so we add in MIDI brackets, and we're going to do... Oh boy, I had this up earlier yesterday. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find this real quick. In another browser tab, I think, or maybe it was on my phone, to be honest. Oh, here we go. Okay, so editing, we're gonna do MIDI at minute, second, milliseconds. MIDI at, oh, interesting. So it's minute colon seconds period milliseconds colon. I think I was doing colon colon colon, and then CC value at channel, CC value at channel. And like the example here is MIDI at 0012.33 colon CC channel 2. No, it'd be CC channel like to turn on, it would be channel 2 for the acoustic guitar. It'd be 127 or 0 to turn it on or off. I'm not sure which one that is yet. And then at channel 2, at 2, because that'd be the actual MIDI channel itself. So MIDI, oh actually put it back in here. So MIDI at, and then we do minute, so 00 colon 00.00 colon CC channel 2. I don't think it's an at, I think it's a dot, like 0 at 2. I'm gonna take a picture of it with my phone to get that down, because it's throwing me off. Okay. So MIDI at number colon number period number colon CC number period 0 or 127 or somewhere in between, depending on what you're doing. 64 if you were doing a pan, right? 'Cause 64 is right in the middle, and then at number 2. So hypothetically, this should, and let's just take this to like 3 seconds in, right? Hypothetically, this should either mute or unmute my acoustic guitar. I don't know. And actually, I guess what we could do is, let me just copy this, and we'll go down one, paste, and then we'll do a 127, and we'll put this at 5 seconds, or let's put it at 6 seconds, just so there's 3 seconds between, right? Cool, we'll do this. We'll bring the song back to the beginning. Cool, done with the things like that now, I guess. And then if I play this, did I change it to 0? I did, right? So if I play this from the top, 3 seconds in, we should see a change hypothetically. Oh, actually not, because I got to change something in my MIDI settings. We got to go here. No, not here. We got to go here. I need to go to my settings, and I need to go to my MIDI outputs because I turned off the X32 because I don't want to mess it up anymore. And who knows, we might totally mess it up here and it doesn't work anymore. I don't know why it bounces to audio every time. MIDI, please. MIDI settings. Thank you. And then I want to MIDI output ports. Oh, everything is on. So, okay, where I turned it off was in XR18. So in XR18, we go to setup, we go to audio MIDI, and you can see here I've turned off all MIDI config-based stuff. So we want to do our USB RX receive. I don't know if I need USB TX, but I'll turn it on for now. That would be from Mainstage back. Let's just do USB receive for now and see what that does. All right, fingers crossed. And play. Cool. All right, that worked. So the second one was turning off the mute. The first one was muting on. So now we can go back into this. And what we want to do at the very beginning, so 127 was mute off. 127 is on, 0 is mute. So at the very beginning, we want to make sure that we turn this on, 127, and we'll put this at 2 seconds, let's say. And then I'm going to go 0, and this will be channel 4 and 5. 4. It'd be nice if you could do 2 of these at the same time, right? Just 2 seconds in. Copy that. Paste. I wonder if you can. I wonder if you can comma and do multiples at the same time. But anyway, 4 and 5, right? So hypothetically, what this should do is it should so if those were on and that's off, which is not what we want for the beginning of this song, now at the beginning of this should turn. Man, this is a little bit confusing. Can I test it like this? Will it roll? No. Oh, it did. Well, 8, 7, 6, 5. So it did this, 127, but it didn't do these 0 at 2. It didn't mute my electric guitar though. What if I put these at 3 seconds? 3. Are they messing them up to do them like that? Okay, now I'd roll this back. Oh, maybe you know what? I wonder if it just didn't. I wonder if you do have to actually like check out of it and go. Oh, well, this isn't going to show me anything because I'm currently where it needs to be. No, it's not. 6, 5, 4. Ooh.
Ready? And
so that didn't actually work there. So 2 seconds, we should get a MIDI 127. 127 is on, 0 is off, right? So this is what we don't want, is mute and mute. If I play from here, nothing.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
So then let's see if I change this to like this. Oh, also I don't need to mute 4 and 5. I can just do 4 because those are tied together. Great. So let's do that. So it's at 2. So it's at 2 seconds and 3 seconds. So hypothetically that should just do it, right? The question is, do I need to do this? Hide it. Mute. Unmute. Okay. Okay. So it is back. It is currently backwards. So 127 is mute. 0 is on. 127. 27. And then let's put this back to 2 seconds and just see if it'll do them together. So let's do that. Let's do that. Out. Currently, right? So we need to turn the electric off, acoustic on. Play. Let's check in 2 seconds. Interesting. Oh, what?
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
What was that? Oh, because that's CC2. Wow. How did I input that? I think because I copy and pasted it down there. Oh, that's why I didn't change this. 2 seconds. So can you send 2 MIDI commands at the same second? That's the question then. Maybe they have to be a millisecond off of each other. I don't know. Let's do this. Roll it back. Where are we at now? Muted and mute. Okay, so that's what we want. We want it to not have that. So swap it. Cool. Jeez. Okay, so now I've got the formula.
7, 6, 5, 4.
So hopefully we can move
Ready,
forward.
and go.
That's brutal. Cool. So there's my acoustic ready to go.
Soul exit.
There's a chance here that I actually don't need it to switch my I need to switch my electric guitar patch, but I don't need to turn my electric guitar on. I need to turn my acoustic on and off mostly. So that may be what I need to actually kind of put in here. But let's add it in the couple places we need it, right? So there's the beginning. It might be nice because I have my volume pedal for my electric, so I can always just bring the volume pedal down and just leave it at that. But let's come back in here real quick. Give me a second. Let me put power in my laptop real quick. Didn't realize I didn't have power going. Hopefully this will work and not mess up everything. Cool. Okay, so then let's copy and paste this. Or actually, we'll just copy and paste these all the way through, right? So I think first of all, can I choose? So we paste these here like this. And then we put this time code in. Choose. Or I guess we can. What sucks is I can't actually see what the time code is, like the full time code, down to the millisecond, unless I put a lyric in there.
Let you choose.
So that's at 112 basically. So let's change this to 112. 12. Putting this in by itself is really annoying. And then we're going to just change this to 0. We're going to open up the electric. And we're going to close the acoustic. Then we'll copy. Let's see if we can bring this all the way up like this. Cool. And then we'll copy this. So that's going to happen for a while. Then we're going to have this happen at about this point here, maybe. That's where I want the so then right about there. Because my electric guitar should still tail off. Oh, it mutes though, so it's not actually going to tail off. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know if I want that to actually happen. So maybe what we'll do here is we won't actually close off the electric guitar. Let's just see what happens. This is at 140. I feel like this timing is going to be a little bit off. 40. And this would probably be a better main stage thing, so I could turn off. I probably should be turning off the electric guitar in main stage. That way that the like the reverb tails and stuff can still tail off as it cuts that signal off. And that's what I'm thinking. Maybe I just use the volume pedal and we don't actually turn the electric guitar off with stage tracks. We just have stage tracks manage the acoustic guitar. And then, of course, the electric guitar changes. Cool. So there's that, and just like this. Okay, so then we're gonna do this change again back to. So now we're on acoustic, and then at some point we want to change back to electric, and that's gonna basically be for the. We're basically on acoustic all the way until the after this section here, and this is gonna be opening up the electric guitar, which is gonna be here, maybe. No, before that. So probably about here. This is where I don't want to mess up and actually have my acoustic open when my electric guitar is off. It's like I'm pretty sure I should just leave, like turn the acoustic off basically here, but leave the electric on. But that'd basically be at this point here. And then right there as the electric is kicking in. So I don't know. I'm gonna make the change here for now, but so this is going back, and then this is at 302. 302. 3. This is a lot. and then it would, like, this is not going to be the right guitar setting at the moment. I got to figure out how to have it talk to Mainstage still. Then it would make a patch change here, and then right at the end here we go back to acoustic. So then we would do, basically copy and paste this one more time. 0, 127, 127, 0, like this. Somewhere in here there would be a, I think right in here actually, that same one would be a patch change, but this would come back to here, and this is at 408. 8, 8, 4, 4. Cool. Then let's see if we can do, what I can't figure out in Mainstage yet is how to make the patch change between two things. I guess the first thing I would do is just make sure that this is not the same. Because like I have these program change options here, but this is what I was messing with yesterday, where I tried to do a program change here, but it actually ran a program change to Logic. And what I can't figure out is like, how do I tell this thing to do, I want to jump specifically to a program. I don't know if I can, in the layout, build a button that just jumps to that parameter. I guess we can try it real quick, but like, do I have a specific button that goes to that? It's like I almost want to go. I think it's like you'd go to you'd kind of set it up like you would set it up like a regular modeling pedal, where you'd have the song, and then within the song you'd have a couple buttons to go between up and down, basically. I don't know if I want to do that though. I don't know how many patches I'm going to have yet, but it's like I kind of just want to dedicate a button, but I don't want it to have a button. That's what's annoying. But let's just try it first and let's see. So I'm going to throw a button up here. I'm going to call this button, do I have to, I don't want to assign it to something yet. It's not about it assigning it. It's about telling it exactly what I want it to do. So it's like MIDI port is stage tracks maybe. Channel, let's call it 16. I want it to do not a CC value. That's the thing. I don't want it to do a CC value. MIDI through do not pass, send to number 21. And that's the thing. I think it's only letting me do, like these are all CC values, right? So let's just leave it alone for a second, see if in here, can I have this button just jump to a parameter? Like, I don't think I can, but let's see. Would that be on the patch level? If I click on this, what actions do I have? Current patch number. No. Is this just receive stuff? So plus 10 previous, jump to patch, but I can't tell it which patch I want to jump to exactly. Next patch, previous set, next set, previous set, next set. Articulate beat count, chord, concert, continues, CPU load, current bank, current note. Current. So I'm wondering, no, because that would just be a button then. It would definitely be like a patch change. I guess we can AI this here in a second, but count, next step, next. So jump to patch. But it's not telling me exactly which patch to jump to. Next patch, previous set, articulation MIDI, concert. Right, because there's jump to patch, but then there's no action after jump to patch. Oh, is that what this is here? No, that's pretty clean. Oh, can this just be the journey? Oh, wait, range max, range minimum. Standard. I can map the parameter. Oh, I just realized I'm not actually clicking a button in here. Do you see that? Unless this is, no, this is like, there we go. You see that? Interesting. So let's go back here. Let's see if I can click that again. There's the button. Action, jump to patch. I guess it doesn't matter though. It's just jump to patch. Previous patch. Okay, so it does have an option though. So jump to patch is the patch. And I want it to, okay, so button on. So this is good. Okay, so button on and then button off. That's the idea. range mode, inverted, increase value, decrease value. So this is an on button and off button. Can it be, what if I did a drum pad instead? Because the drum pads typically, it has, no, that's just like a note thing, right? That's not what I want. Channel 1 through 16, and it's got a note value. I can't use that to do this, can I? Action, jump to patch, range mode, range maximum. Okay, so that's not what I want, no. But this currently is jump to patch. And let's just say it's on the journey home. I don't want to go just between two of them, that would be dumb. Okay, so let's say that's that. Let's kill this one. And then we'll copy and paste this. This is obviously really ugly, and I'll change this later, and all the input values and stuff, but edit. I think this might work though. So then this button is going to do also a jump to patch, and this one's going to go to the journey home lead, and the journey home lead. So it doesn't matter how I hit it. It'd be nice if you could actually set it to not be an on-off button. I want it to just be a single press button, which I think is what these are. You see these are previous patch, the next patch. But anyway, so now if I go to perform, oh, wait, what? Okay. Maybe because I have them being the same button? Okay, let's call this 22 then. How about that? Edit. And then just to be safe, right? So if I go here, which is where this button is assigned, is it at the concert level or is it the song level? No, it's at the tour level, yeah. Mapping, jump to patch, range minimum, journey home lead. Oh, what? Okay, is that here where that's assigned? No, it's definitely here where it's assigned. Jump to patch, there we go. Okay, so jump to patch. Oh yeah, look at that, it didn't actually keep. Okay, and then if I go to this one, boy, this is, oh, because it's actually jumping to it while it's doing it. That's really obnoxious. Tour. Jump to patch. The journey home, the journey home. This one, the journey home, the journey home. Okay, cool. So that should be correct now. Now if I go to perform. Interesting. It's like once I click that one, I can't get back out of it. So this is something I found that's annoying with Mainstage sometimes. I wouldn't be surprised if I need to be like a different CC value. Like, so this is stage tracks, channel 16, absolute. I don't think this matters as much. Oh wait, can we turn this button into a different kind of button? MIDI pass-through number, absolute type, absolutes, single value, right? And also a single value, not an alternating value. Now I'll go to edit. It's weird, it's like if I press that one, it's the same button. Are you seeing that? Oh yeah. They're both single value, right? Yeah, single value. Edit. Now if I click on them, if we go back to this here, the tour level, I want this to be jump to patch, the button on, button off, and I can't choose something else. This one, it says, does it inverted? Oh, that's standard and that's inverted, weird. Can we go standard here? Standard, 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 standard. Okay, so then if I click it, there's the journey home. If I click it, there's the journey home lead. If I click it, okay. Dude, we're finally in the ballpark. Jesus Christ, that was annoying. And that's... So then we back to here, unmute that, mute this. Cool, and then if I switch this... Anyway, you get the idea. So that's okay. So that's working now. So jumping to patches is fine. So then if I look at these patches now, as far as what they are, and we gotta clean this up like crazy. And like we're gonna have a single button for every single one of these patches basically, which is gonna be the obnoxious part, but we can make really small little buttons. So these are currently, MIDI port is stage tracks 4. I don't know if that's the right move, but anyway, channel 16. And then this is 21 and this is 22. Wait, this is also, why is that absolute again? Single value, please. Thank you. Save. That's crazy that that changed back on me. 21, 22. Right? Do not pass through. We're not sending the value to anything else. It'd be nice to send the actual parameter to something else, but it doesn't matter. So if I go to edit, and it's nice that's seamless. The reason that that's seamless is because my reverb effects, which are tying these together, are in an aux bus, and the aux bus is built at the my song level. So now, hypothetically, channel 16, 21. So if we go back to stage tracks now, at this place where the guitar patch needs to change, and it could happen like way earlier, but this is at the 302 mark, I think. Yeah, 302 mark. We can do both of these, but then we can do one more that's going to change my guitar patch. That's going to change my guitar patch. So MIDI, this is going to be at channel 16 this time, and it's going to be CC22. CC22, call it 127. And then copy this, bring it down, and then this one would be CC21 at 127, 16 at 408. Or I guess this is actually before 408, sorry. This is going to be not 408, this is going to be here, I think. So let's listen to this. So let's call it 339. 339. I'm not sure if I love this, by the way. So then let's just test this real quick. We can bring this back to before 302 and see if this patch change happens. So we'll do this. We'll play it from here. Fingers crossed. I don't know, man. Oh, hey, look at that. Nice. Dude, that's pretty awesome. I think that covers that. That was difficult. Hopefully now that I've kind of got it in there, I've got it in there, like that's basically it. Then eventually I'll tie the MIDI information for the lighting, which I think that's going to be easier. I learned recently that QLC Plus has a function to record your set. So what I can do is I can go back to all my old songs. I can basically record it as one big bank, and then hopefully send one MIDI signal over to it right when the song starts. That should keep it in sync, as opposed to putting in like a ton of MIDI cue plots. Like there's no way I'm doing that if that's the case, and I'll go back to a different method. But yeah, okay. So makes me feel good. Let's start from the top again. Let's just see. This should immediately. I mean, we're already kind of in this place, right? Because we're gonna start with acoustic anyway. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Ready and go.
Feel my soul exit my body. Spirit ascending to begin the journey home. When the presence reaches out softly, like a whisper into my ear, we could let you return. But it's your choice if you'd like to.
I'll bump this up a little bit. It's got ways to go.
Your experience and memories, all the good things that you've known. The individual that you are must remain here below. So, shoot.
That's there it is. That's great. Okay. Let's luckily stage track saves in the cloud. This whole main stage debacle, I don't know. So that's how we could potentially do this for that stuff. I gotta kill this live stream for now because I've gone way too long, but this was a good test of like all the setup and stuff, and I feel like I've hopefully got a good method going here. Plus my acoustic is gonna die battery wise here pretty soon, I think. But thank you for joining me. Hopefully you learned something. I'm thinking about maybe switching to a Tone X. I don't know though. I feel like I get better. I can't decide. It's like with Mainstage it's nice because I have all the sounds I would normally use. We didn't get into the NAM today. I was hoping to try the NAM out in Mainstage. I think Mainstage is going to be better than running Logic. I used to be running a full Logic session, and I just think that was taking up too much resources and had too much potential for problems. I think this has less potential for problems, especially if I have these dedicated buttons and stage tracks is dedicatedly hitting that button. It's not like, you know, next change, to where it could accidentally jump a change or the changes could get off. It has a dedicated button and function, so that makes sense. And then I like that I can go through this aux bus to build out my effects here, but I can hypothetically do the same thing in on the XR18. So it's like I could go into a Tone X. I could still make my main changes to the Tone X, but then I could route it to here and then do like the reverbs and all the effects here and have I just don't know if I can. I don't know if I can make those effect changes as much inside of the XR18 with MIDI like I can in Mainstage. The other question is, and this is what I was looking for, was on the channel settings, do I have the ability to add a delay? And maybe it's in the main here. Sends, com, EQ, gain. And when I say delay, I mean an input delay. So frequency, we have USB mic gain, channel, mic gain, USB trim, threshold. This is just a big channel overview. I don't see a place to do a input gain, or not input gain, but an input delay. So on the X32, I can add an input delay, and that guitar effect where we get the so if I go down to like this one down here, let me open up those channels. The reason that sounds very stereo is because I have the sample delay on that second guitar amp. I used to, in X32, I would do all my guitar processing before the X32. I wasn't using Logic yet, and I would split the guitar into 2 inputs. We'd duplicate the inputs, and on this one, I'd pan them both left and right. But then on this one, I would add a input delay. But I don't see that option on the X18, so that might not be an option here for me, unfortunately. Just lost my power for a second, but that's okay. So not a big deal. I think Mainstage is a better option for now anyway. And maybe, well, anyway, that's been enough for me. Oh, I wasn't even showing this. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was trying to show here. I don't see a place on the X18 for an input delay like you have on the X32 to do that stereo panning effect like I do on Mainstage, where I've got this sample delay here that's delaying the right signal just a little bit to get that stereo effect. Versus our and then, of course, the real question is, like, how often live, are people actually running a full stereo mix? And I think can tell a big difference when a stereo mix is happening, but I'm not on the crowd as much, so I don't know. But either way, I think it sounds better this way, and obviously sounds way more full. This has been working great. That feels like it's in there, and like it ain't coming out. So, props to T-Rex Extreme Mounting Tape, Extreme Hold, with weather, what is it, plus 200, minus 40 weatherproofing. So I think this might work out great. Anyway, I gotta get going because my system keeps crashing out because my power is messing up and it's taken over my USB-C dongle going into the computer. But thank you so much for joining me. I will hopefully see you next time. That's all from me. I'm out.